Okay, it reminded me that from a prior video that I need to record a prediction. People don't believe me. That's their problem, not mine. Seriously. I only have the solution to everything that's wrong, and everything how to fix your life, and it's not my fault you don't want to listen to that. God damn, I just forgot what I was going to record this video for. Prediction. Thank you. Okay. This is going to be probably the most important prediction I've ever made. So it's got to be done right. But I've already done it. It's already resolved in my mind, so I'll just present it. My analysis of the Christopher Dorner situation in Los Angeles reveals that society has been drastically altered as a result. The events unfolded in a manner in which the public was able to discern, to a degree, some of the public, the more informed, the more curious, let's say, the more awake public, was able to witness the events unfolding, not only the events of the Dorner incident itself, but the events of the LAPD cover-up and the media's cooperation with and participation in the cover-up of the actual events. Now, I'm not spouting conspiracy theories. Briefly, what happened? The facts are. There is some creative license here, but it is assumption based on pure logic. So I can say it as fact, or as statement rather than opinion. My theory of what happened is, my theory of what happened is Christopher Dorner had been under some effort. We should see this hopefully come out in the media soon. But Christopher Dorner had been trying to expose corruption in the LAPD for years. An event happened that was related to his discharge from the Navy. He decided to commit suicide. He decided to kill two birds with one stone in committing suicide at the hands of the LAPD, both to expose their corruption and to prove their corruption. And to do so, he had to get the police to want to kill him with impunity, but also make sure he had no reason to be justly vilified by the media. So he killed two non-law enforcement persons. He killed two birds with one stone, pardon the pun, not intended, by killing Quan, the ex-cop turned lawyer who botched his, according to Dorner botched his legal case to overturn his termination from the force. So he killed the daughter because he needed to kill someone but didn't want to kill someone that was morally innocent. Although the daughter probably was morally innocent, but he had to affect Quan. So he got a little revenge in. He's killing himself. He gave himself license to murder, I guess. Not saying that he was right to do so, but he did that to get the media's attention. The media would not pay attention to him otherwise. So he killed the Quans and posted his online rant thing, the media's calling a manifesto, because that's what the communists have, is a manifesto, so anything the communists have is bad, so let's call it a manifesto. It's called propaganda, people. It was a document. It was a letter. It was an open letter to America, the press, etc. An explanation. A suicide note. Okay? It was a suicide note. Call it what it was. Anyway, so he wrote that, sent that to the media, made sure the cops saw it, and then waited. And it happened. Cops found out he had done it. I don't know that he was in San Ysidro. We don't know that the guy said he described him, whatever, but I'm not concerned with that. What we do know is that Dorner killed the Quans. 3 days later, cops shot up people in Torrance, then shot at Dorner. Then we're told Dorner ambushed a Riverside cop. We don't know that. We don't know any of that. We just know that a Riverside cop was killed after a Corona officer shot at Dorner. Shot at. So, yeah. Anyway, that's what happened, and the LAPD premeditated, planned and killed Dorner. You can go online, and SD Saxman on YouTube has a video, which is a recording of the scanner going on, where they specifically state that they had premeditated killing Dorner, or nearly implicitly state that. So what was my point? My prediction. Because people can go out there like I did and verify that the LAPD is blatantly, obviously, completely, totally, and utterly corrupt, and all law enforcement in Los Angeles is, they can then imply that all law enforcement everywhere is corrupt, which means that everyone everywhere can now realize that, that law enforcement is corrupt. So if law enforcement is corrupt, what does that mean? Well, that means that nothing matters anymore. It means that people can get away with crimes because, well, law enforcement's not there for me, so fuck them. What it means is a complete and total loss of respect for law enforcement. This might be close to as big as 2000 or as 9/11, when a lack of leadership in response caused the psychological trauma that led to the destruction of American society. That is a theory that will be proven soon. Anyway, so the prediction is that this event is going to lead to some serious social strife. I've already begun witnessing it. I'm extremely sensitive in observing human behavior, especially when it affects me adversely, as it did today. So I am seeing the results already, and I expect them to build exponentially. I am anticipating lots and lots of shootings, including of police officers. Lots of activity that corresponds to and can be explained by lack of respect for law enforcement. I am predicting also an escalation in violence on the part of law enforcement. Law enforcement bodies everywhere have just witnessed Los Angeles Police Department and every law enforcement agency in Los Angeles, San Bernardino, Riverside, San Diego, and surrounding counties violating every ethical mode of behavior, law, rule, and whatnot that we have governing the behavior of law enforcement. So you are going to have rampant and blatant police corruption everywhere. And when you have these two things going on, you have a conflict. So I'm predicting at least the spark of a civil war between police and everyone else. The very thing we have been trying to prevent, we have been actively pursuing and encouraging, because we haven't been doing it right. I'm scared because I'm not quite ready. But I should, with about 2 weeks' notice, which I'm giving myself today, have enough time to get everything on the ship that I need to be able to get out safely. I am also, at this point, able to leave at any time in case of utter and total emergency. I have a motor. I can do the work at sea, where it's safe. I'm not saying that it's going to happen. Plan for the worst, hope for the best. I'm saying I'm prepared. But it's February 19th, 10:35 p.m. You've heard it here. This is my prediction that shit's going to be hitting the fan. I don't know how bad. There are many, many factors that could mitigate this. Like, I don't know, say maybe certain Barack Obama getting off his fucking ass and growing some fucking balls and standing up and leading this fucking country to its future instead of leading it to its demise. I'm not saying you've killed America. Bush did that himself. You're just continuing the tradition. But still, call the Swedish embassy, I guess. The Swiss embassy, maybe. The Ecuador didn't get it. Canada, a bunch of fucking assholes sent it back to me. I don't know. It's still online, too. I wrote to you. The instructions are there. Fix it. Come on. Anyway, I'll address Obama in another video separately. But that's my prediction. I don't want to be right, but I know I will be. So, here's the thing. What if I'm right? What if I'm right about this? Does it mean I'm right about everything else? You betcha. What does that mean for you? Fuck do I care? No, I don't care. It means you better get off your ass and do something to mitigate this. But if no one else is, which no one else is, then I don't know. Join me. Join me or die. Anyway. Anybody that wants to come with me is open-minded, sees what I see, and cares. You're probably welcome to join me. Either physically, but definitely in spirit, at the very least. Oh yeah, a lot of videos today. 5. 2 more yesterday. Anyway, good night.